Welcome back to the Finnish Vehicle Logistics Red Sofa here in Huntington Beach. Very pleased to be joined by Raúl Gamboa, who's leading logistics, production systems, and production control for BMW's plant in San Luis Potosí in Mexico. Raúl, great that you can be with us here to share some insights on what's happening in Mexico and indeed digitalization projects and a lot of innovation coming out of the plant and your team. But I wanted to start with something that you share in your presentation with us, which is a little bit about the network that you're serving from Mexico, with exports going, I believe, more than 50% to Europe, 13% to Asia, more than 25% to the rest of North America. Now, that 25% is still significant, but clearly in this changing trade landscape, it's been very important that you could diversify those exports to other markets. What impact has that had on your vehicle logistics and logistics operations from the plant?
Thank you, Chris, and also great to be here after 2 years. Yeah, I mean, as I explained in my conference, basically the idea out of this setup is to have a flexible network. I would say more than challenges is giving us more opportunities. As you may know, the way our manufacturing network is created in BMW is that we can share products to serve different markets. And this is currently the situation. As we may recall from my speech, one of the challenges that we are facing here, of course, geopolitical, going from raw material disruptions all the way to economical situations, certainly give us the opportunity to broaden our logistic operations. In the case of Finnish vehicle operations, what we're looking for is to see how we can serve in a much better way our different markets. Especially with the current setup of the plant in San Luis Potosí, where we have a unique product, which is the Series 2 and the M2, certainly give us the advantage that we can serve almost every single market around the world. So we can flexibilize the way we can serve these markets. On the other hand, with the 3 series, we have the opportunity to share this collaboration, not only with China and Europe as well, but certainly to overcome the necessity of having certain kind of products in different regions in specific times. So the percentage you saw in my presentation, I would say they are quite flexible. Not always the highest level is coming or going to Europe. Certainly we can flexibilize depending on the necessities. Nowadays, the US market, I would say, is going a little bit down, but it's served by other manufacturing sites in Europe, for example. But certainly, more than a challenge, I would see this is a great opportunity to serve all our markets.
And as you said, you have to stay flexible with your logistics, be able to serve them. And one of the things you also presented was an innovation that you're working on in the way you serve the US market, which is to introduce a land bridge. So if I understood correctly, currently, using ocean routes from Mexico, and now looking at the solution that will take truck and rail. So what are some of the key benefits of that, and what are the steps that you're taking to implement this new network?
Totally. Actually, we are very excited about this project. That was an idea that came up probably 2.5 years. We never realized that because we were expecting or waiting for some situation to happen. For example, 1 month ago, we have the opportunity to roll out the newest, I would say, update or version of SAP, which is the S/4HANA, which gives us the opportunity to enhance the features that we have currently in our system and operations. So waiting for that opportunity in collaboration together with our colleagues in the US market to see how we can broaden and create a more flexible stream to deliver our products to the market, bring us on the current situation, which is exactly this project. So what we're looking for is to enhance the collaboration with the US market, but certainly find some efficiencies. As explained in my presentation, we have 2 targets that we want to achieve. First of all is the possibility to move faster our products. With this project, basically moving from short sea all the way to truck transportation, we are able to create a better stream, efficient up to 85%, meaning that we can reduce dramatically the time that will take to have a product from Plant San Luis Potosí on every location, at least on the south border of the US. Mainly we are focused on California at the moment and Texas, but of course we like to broaden that. And the other one, of course, is the cost reduction. What we are forecasting is what we can reduce up to 30% of the current cost of transportation. So this is 2 of the objectives we are looking for, but certainly the main target is to have a more flexible stream towards the US market.
Yeah, it's a great project, and really interesting how the upgraded IT data situation allowed you to more closely collaborate with the US, as you say, and to better serve these markets and therefore also reach your customers faster. Speaking of which, of course, you also shared some quite interesting and innovative digital solutions, AI systems that you've been implementing and developing within your team, ranging from tracking materials and containers, predicting times in ports. And one of those tools that you shared was a vehicle logistics planning tool, which of course is super relevant for our audience here. Can you tell us a little bit more, summarize that for our audience watching, and tell us how it's helping your operations?
Totally. This has been a project that I would say we dream on for a while, that we wanted to have full transparency end-to-end on the process of vehicle distribution. And I can say proudly that finally we have a solution for that. So basically, the opportunity that this tool is given to us is to make the proper decision towards what is the best option to deliver our vehicles to the different markets. Knowing that we could have disruptions all the way from the availability of vessels, for example, RoRos in this case, train or truck capacity, what we're looking for on regards of this tool is to find out what is the most, I would say, efficient way to transport our vehicles in the lowest cost. This tool, of course, based on AI, is giving us recommendations. And my specialists in outbound operations are the ones that actually are triggering this opportunity. So we define what is the best option to bring the vehicles out of the plant on regards of storaging those vehicles probably in the border or at the ports, and finally the best setup that we can deliver finally these vehicles. So this tool is now running on our test phase, and we are expecting that before the end of this year we can fully have transparency on this. And one of the enhancements we have brought out of this tool is the possibility that we can control fully our cost. So I can predict how much cost I will have, how much efficiency I'm able to cover based on the recommendations of this AI tool, basically.
A fantastic example, real hands-on use case here, developed with and by the team as well. And I think one of the things that I'm always struck by when we talk about the digital tools and AI tools that you're developing in Mexico is much of it coming from the local team, and also with applications beyond Mexico too. How are you working with your team to either train them to use these tools or prepare them to benefit from them? Is there special training? Are there programs you're working with? Give us a few examples.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we feel very proud that besides having a very young force and very motivated, they are very enthusiastic to realize, to create, to promote these kinds of solutions. I would say 90% of the current, I would say, digital innovative solutions we have currently in Mexico are fully created by them. So along the year, we have roughly 3 events where we encourage these young engineers to come up, bring their ideas, and we will give all the sponsorship in order to be able to realize. So what you saw in my presentation, I basically created by them, developed by them, and then we have the opportunity to sell and to broadcast in the BMW network so they can overcome, and probably we can enhance and empower these solutions. Yeah. One of the things that we are doing nowadays with AI is to encourage our people in the daily usage of it. From the leadership, in my case, probably creating meetings or setting up activities with my team, all the way to the operation feasibility of the AI tools, I would say, again, in the daily business. So this is the way we promote, and this has been, I would say, the excitement of the people to really adapt them into the daily business, and with this, they can create projects that they once you saw in my presentation.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Finally, some exciting developments obviously coming to the plant, the iX3 EV will launch next year in 27, the i3 in 28. So Neue Klasse, as it's called, these next generation of EV products coming to Mexico. You shared ways that you're adapting logistics or going to adapt logistics. We could talk all day about that, but I wanted to also ask, do you see these products bringing more opportunities, usage for digital tools and perhaps even especially some of these AI solutions as they come into production in the plant?
Totally. I mean, Plant San Luis Potosí being part of this excitement about the new architecture, which is the NCAR, bringing 2 new vehicles into the plant, is giving us a lot of opportunities. The product itself is bringing BMW in a different level, I would say, of technology and development, and we need to be part of it. And certainly logistics is looking for that. We have challenges, of course. We have for the first time, a full electrical vehicle in the plant. And with that, we need to control, I would say, other kind of situations, such as the delivery of battery cells, for example, the outbound distribution of electrical cars, which has to integrate, for example, the capability for the battery to be loaded, for example, the safety issues that when you need to transport these kind of vehicles. But on the other hand, the features that this new architecture is bringing to us give us the opportunity to find other ways, for example, to connect information from the vehicles real time. The possibility that the communication and information that these vehicles are giving to us allows to predict, in some cases, in the fact that a vehicle could fail, or how we can use this data in order to enhance other kind of processes within the logistics chain. So it's not only about outbound, I would say it's controlling and giving us the opportunity to find other ways to promote innovation with our logistic opportunities.
Excellent. Well, it's an exciting development, one we're very pleased you could share with our audience here. We look forward to sharing more at Automotive Logistics, including later this year at Automotive Logistics Supply Chain Mexico, where, of course, we'll explore more of these topics together with Raúl and others in the industries. But thank you so much for being with us again, Raúl. Such a pleasure. Great insights for the audience. Keep with us. We're going to share more highlights from the event, from Raúl's presentation, and from many others here at Finished Vehicle Logistics North America.